Hello, my dear students. This is me, Anish Moses from US Academy and Institute Gorakhpur, and today I'll be starting a poem from this Hornbill book of class 11th, and the name of the poem is A Photograph, which is written by Shirley Thompson. Now, this is the poem which is on your screen. You may also take a screenshot if you have not downloaded the PDF of your book. Now, in this poem, as it is written by Shirley Tolson, and the name of the poem is A Photograph. So, as the name suggests, a photograph, it tells that it is related to a photograph which Shirley Tolson had encountered, and on that only, and based, because that's a photograph, that must be definitely a memory. So, on base of that photograph and the base of that memory, she have written a poem. And in this poem it is divided into, I for easy understanding, I have divided this poem into three parts that will make you more easy to understand it. Now, in this first part in the poem, first I will be explaining you the summary, and after that I'll be going on line by line. So, as for the summary, in the first part it is said that Shirley Tolson one day finds a photograph in which some memories were there, because she finds that Shirley Tolson's mother, when she was at the age of 12 years, she went on beach with her cousin sisters, and the name of that cousin sister is given in the second paragraph. Their name was Betty and Dolly, and they because this Shirley Tolson's mother was of 12 years, she was more elder to them, and these both Betty and Dolly were younger, and they both were holding their hands. Shirley Tolson's mother was standing in the middle, and left and right hand side Betty and Dolly were standing, and they were very small at that time. Now this photograph is taken and on the beach where they went, and also this photograph was taken by their uncle, and these all three girls were standing on the beach smiling and giving a pose for their photograph. So that was the phase 1, which photograph which Shirley Tolson finds, and she remembered this. Now, coming to the second paragraph, it comes under phase 2, and the phase 2 is that in the past, her mother, when she one day finds that photograph, Shirley Tolson's mother, when she herself sees that photograph, she remembers her past, and she tells that it is mostly, that photo was taken 20 to 30 years earlier. So she just sees herself, she finds that Betty and Dolly are very small, and what dresses they are wearing, we are at the beach, and now she is telling, remembering her past, recalling her past and smiling on her past. So that is what Shirley Tolson's mother is recalling. And in the third phase, in the third paragraph, now it is the present time, when Shirley Tolson is alone at her home, her mother is dead, and because she is thinking that this photograph is being taken at the past, and it totally recalled all the memories of her mother. And now, because her mother is no more, she finds it a very sad type of thing. She wants to give her a tribute by writing this poem. That's why she is writing this poem, to just to recall all her memories of her mother, which she cannot bring it just now, and only silence is left in her life, because she cannot change anything afterwards. So that is what the thing is, ki now she cannot see her mother laughing, she cannot see, she can only recall that yes, her mother was sitting over here, and she was seeing the photograph. So this type of only past she is recalling in her mind now, and nothing she can change now. And her mother has also died many years earlier. So these all things were a very small summary. Now let's start line by line, and here comes this poem. We'll be starting it line by line. Photograph, Shirley Tolson. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins were paddling. Now, the cardboard symbolizes to the photograph, and that cardboard shows means that photograph showed that how her two girls who were the cousin of her mother, they were just on the beach and they were paddling means they were going for a walk on the beach. You may have seen, when you must have gone to the beach, you must have seen that when we walk barefoot on the sand, it gives a foot impression or footprints on the sand. So such type of paddling they were doing on the beach, each one holding one of my mother's hand, and she, the big girl, some 20 years or so, sorry, some 12 years or so. Now over here it is said that because her mother was 12 year of age and the cousin sister of her were very small at that time, so they were standing side by side of their mother and they were holding either one of her hand. So that is what the thing. And at that time, because she was elder to them, she was standing in the center, and side by side Betty and Dolly were standing, who were very younger to her. All the three stood still to smile through their hairs. Now because it is the beach side, definitely wind will be blowing, some breezes must be coming, and their hairs are open now, and these three girls who are standing holding their hand, they are smiling, and their hairs are just they are just flying because of this breeze at the uncle with the camera. Means the thing was ki they are just posing because uncle was standing in front of them and he was just going to capture this photograph, and he was just going to take this photograph. He was having a camera in his hand. So that is what it is being said by her. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. Now this, because this photograph is being seen by this Shirley Tolson, and now she is saying that her mother had a very sweet face. Because why she had a sweet face? Because she was of 12 years at that time. Shirley Tolson is remembering her mother, of about her mother, that when she was herself of 12 years, she is now seeing the photograph, and now at the time when she is seeing the photograph, she is just telling that her mother was, at that time she was of 12 year and she was very sweet, she was having a very sweet face. And because she was of 12 year of herself, her mother was 12 year, so at that time Shirley Tolson was also, at that time she was not born. So we can see in this line it was written, my mother, that was before I was born. So this photo was taken at the time when her mother was of 12 years and Shirley Tolson was not born at that time. And the sea will appears to have changed less now, because after decades and decades, after years and years of photograph have been taken and passing by of the years have taken place, so it has been seen that photograph may have changed, the time may have changed, or the calendar may have changed, date may have changed, but that seashore and that beach never changed, and they remain still. The memory changed, the people changed, they went away, they just died, and many things happened, years and years passed, but that seashore never changed. Wash their terrible transient feet. Now it is saying that the seashore or the sea or that beach never changed. They, when these people, when this Shirley Tolson's mother as well as her cousins as well as their uncle went at the beach, they were bare feet. You must have seen in the shore, when you go, you definitely remove your shoes, or you may definitely walk bare feet, and the sea water comes, wash your feet, and it goes back. So that type of transient feet wash was being done in that time, and it is just going on. Years and decades are going on, and this type of washing of their feet is just going on, and it never stopped. But that time when their mother was small, it totally changed, that years changed, and she is no more now. Now coming to the second paragraph. Now this second paragraph is the second part of the story of the past, which Shirley Tolson is remembering. And in the second part of the poem, now Shirley Tolson is telling, and it is that time. In the first part, she is remembering when her mother was a child. In second part, she is remembering when her mother was in adulthood, and at that time Shirley Tolson is born. So this is the second part. I hope so. You all people, you all must be understanding this, what I'm trying to say. Now, in the second paragraph, it is said that some 20-30 years later, she'd laughed at the snapshot. Now, after that, when mother was of 12 years, photograph was taken. Now, after that, 20 to 30 years later, one day, Shirley Tolson, mother, when she was in adulthood, she found that photograph and she was herself seeing that photograph. And in the second line, it is said that she laughed at that snapshot. A snapshot means that photo which she had in her hand, and it is now 20-30 years later to it when she was younger of 12 years. Now she is just laughing seeing the photograph. Her mother, Shirley Tolson's mother, is now laughing when she is seeing the photograph. And what she is saying, see Betty and Dolly, she'd say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. And after seeing that photograph, what her mother said was, ki, see Betty and Dolly. Who are Betty and Dolly? Betty and Dolly are the cousin sister who were just standing side by side of her when her mother was of 12 years. You may be seeing in the first paragraph that two cousin sisters, two girl cousins. Now these are the two girl cousins, Betty and Dolly. Now the this Shirley Tolson's mother is now saying to Shirley Tolson that after showing the photograph, that see Betty and Dolly how they looked, because they were very small, they were very young, so definitely they must be looking very much um, Joker type. So that is what she is saying now, and she is also commenting on their dresses. See what the dresses are wearing for the beach, what type of dress they are wearing at the beach. So this type of comment was being given by Shirley Tolson's mother, and this photograph was shown to Shirley Tolson because now Shirley Tolson is born and she is very small now, and this photograph is just a memory to her, and she is now showing this photograph to her. And also she is saying that uh, see Betty and Dolly means she is showing her cousin sister Betty and Dolly who were very young and now they are adult at this time. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Now she is saying that in this line she becomes a bit remorse. She gives tribute. She is very sad in recalling and saying that the sea holidays. The sea holiday means when in the first paragraph when her mother was of 12 years, the sea holidays when she went for sea holidays. Now that all days are past now. It cannot come again. These all things are past now. Was her past. It was her past, her mother's past it was. And mine is her laughter. And at the present time, Shirley Tolson past is what? Her mother is no more and she cannot now see the mother is smiling. So that is what she is saying. Both with the labored ease of laws. Now this line is very important in this poem because mostly at that time question is asked on this line only, that in this poem what type of ease they both have faced. Yes, ease was there, a loss was there. What type of loss it was? That it was the loss that her mother, Shelley Tolson's mother, is now old and she is died now, and she cannot now again become a small child and go to the beach and be at 12 years of age. She cannot bring back the past. That is the first loss, and the second loss is that now her mother is herself no more. So that is what the loss. She cannot now see the laughter of her mother. So that is what the loss from both the side, both with the labored ease of laws. His mother, while seeing Shirley Tolson's mother, while seeing the photograph, she becomes sad because she cannot go back in her past. And now what problem is with Shirley Tolson is that she cannot bring her mother back because her mother is already dead now. Now in the third paragraph, it tells about the third stage of the life in the Shirley Tolson's life, that her mother is now no more at this time, and because her mother is no more at this time, she is herself sad. So that is what is said in this poem in the third paragraph. Now she is been dead nearly as many years as the girl lived. Now in this poem it is said that now that girl is dead, That girl is dead, and means who is that girl? That girl is that mother who is just standing in the photograph. Now she is dead, and nearly as many years as that girl lived. Means, for example, if the girl lived for 60, sorry, it can be taken as 60 years. Now 60 years have passed of her death even. Now that much time have passed. If she had lived 40 years, now 40 years have passed. So it is said in this line, now she had been nearly dead as many years as that girl lived. For example, that girl lived for 40 years, then 40 years have also passed. So this much time has been passed at after the death of Shirley Tolson's mother. And of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Now because everything is past, now everything is dead, now her mother is dead, now she cannot say anything, only that circumstances may change, but she cannot even change her past. Only circumstances and time will be changing, nothing else will be changing. So that is what is said, and there is nothing to say at all. It's silence and silence. Yes, there is definitely silence, because she have lost everything. She have lost her mother, her mother have lost her past. That photograph was totally of past. Now it is that, now that thing cannot recome, or it cannot be happening once again. So this is what they are facing, that it is totally silence. And also Shirley Tolson cannot bring her mother back. She cannot see her mother again. She cannot see again her mother smiling. She cannot see her mother at the age of 12. So these all things are definitely making Shirley Tolson sad, because she cannot again redo these all things, and only she can do is just to remain silent. So that is what this poem is telling about, that this poem depicts about a tribute to Shirley Tolson's mother. Tribute means a sad thinking about this Shirley Tolson's mother. A tribute, a sad means ode to her mother. That is what she is saying in this poem. It totally symbolizes that her mother is now no more with her, and she wants to relive with her mother. That's what makes Shirley Tolson sad. So this is the poem, and what you have to do is to write its word meaning. You have to find out some important words in this in this poem. You have to write its word meaning first in the copy. Write this poem name, poet name. Find out the difficult words from it. At least 5 difficult words you have to write in your copy, and after that you have to write its summary. What you understood, summary. You have to write at least of 100 words summary you have to write, and after that you have to come to this question answer. At least 7 question answers are there. You have to work on these question answers. They are very easy question answer. Let me guide you some of the question answers. For example, in this question answers, first question is given, what does the word cardboard denotes in the poem? Why has this word been used? Why this word cardboard was used? What does it depict? Now definitely in this poem I have told you that over here in the first paragraph this cardboard, and in the second paragraph this snapshot totally depicts about some of the photographs of the past of Shirley Tolson's mother. That is what is said in this first question. Question number second, what has the camera captured? So what did that camera captured? What do you think that camera must have captured it? You will be finding in the first paragraph itself. You, if you read it, you will be finding out what that camera have captured, and who was the cameraman who was capturing. It is clearly written over here. If you read the poem, you will definitely get it. Question number 3, what has not changed over the years? Does this suggest something to you? Yes, definitely. What has not changed? That memories have not changed, that photograph has not changed. That is what the poet is asking in this. That is what the question is given, and that you have to describe. The poet mother laughed at the snapshot. What did this laughter indicate? Now in this, why did her mother laugh when Shirley Tolson's mother found this photograph? Why did she laugh? So that also question answer you will be finding. See in you in the second paragraph, second line, you will be finding easily why she laughed, what was the reason, whom Shirley Tolson's mother showed this photograph, and why she loved, what made her laugh. So like that, these question answers are there. These are very easy question answers which you have to do. In the question number 5 also it is said that what is the meaning of the line, both very with the labored ease of loss. Both were very in with the labor ease of loss. Why they were having a ease, and what losses they have seen. For example, the that Shirley Tolson's mother, she have taken the means she took the photograph, and she is facing a loss that she cannot again be a child. She has grown up at that stage. So that loss her mother is facing, and poet Shirley Tolson is facing the loss that she cannot see her mother laughing again because she is dead. So these type of losses you have to write. Now question number 6 and 7 are also very easy. What does the circumstances refer to? What circumstances it tells you? And the third stanza depict three different phases. Yes, all these three different phases also I have told you what are they. Now you have to also write these three different phases in your copy, as I've already told you in this poem while explaining. So these question answers, summary, word meaning, these three things you have to do in your copy. So how you liked my video, please do tell me. If there is any problem in any of the question answers, do comment on my YouTube. I will definitely reply to it. And if there is any problem in any other subject or any of the chapters, you may definitely tell us, so that we can, or if there is any of any of the thing you want to tell to improve us, you can also tell us, so that we can put in or add to it in our upcoming videos. Few other chapters also I have taught in the past. You can see in my YouTube link, and you can just see that chapter, so that you are not left behind in any of the chapters. If any of the student are not getting their videos or not getting these type of educational videos, please do share our videos to them also, like also, and subscribe our channel, so that whenever any new video is uploaded, you can easily get a notification of it. So my dear students, stay safe at your home, study, all the best.